So now on to a tree diagram question. Notice up here it says dependent events, so one will affect the other. How else do I know that one will affect the other? Well, they take two random socks. There's nothing saying anything about replacement, so I know after the first sock is picked, there's going to be a change when I then go to choose the second sock. So when you see something like this where it's saying about picking them at the same time, treat it as if they picked the first sock and then they picked the second sock. So part A of this question, we've got to complete the probability tree diagram. We've got 7 brown socks and they've filled out that bit for me. And we've got 3 socks that are grey. So I've got 3 socks out of a possible 10, because 7 plus 3. So now let's have a think about this part here. If that first sock I pick is brown, when it comes to picking the second sock, I've got 1 less brown sock. 1 less brown sock, so I've got 6. And I've already picked 1 sock, so my second choice is out of 9 socks in total. What about this one here? Well, the probability of me picking grey is going to be out of 9 because 1 sock has already been chosen. And the first sock was brown, so I've still got 3 grey socks. And I can double check that I'm right because 6/9 plus 3/9 equal 9/9, which is the same as 1. So every branch has got to be equal to 1. What about if I came down this route here? I've picked a grey sock. So when I pick the second grey sock, there's going to be 1 less of it. So that's now only 2 of them to choose from. And I've picked a pair of socks, so there's going to be 9 to choose from. So for the last branch, I could either see that's 2/9. To make that up to 1, I can have 7/9. Or we haven't picked brown, so we've still got 7, and it's going to be out of 9. So I've completed part A there. Part B though, I've got to find the probability that Bevan takes 2 socks of the same colour. So again, I'm going to put an outcome column on the end. Here, if I end up at this point here, I've picked 2 brown. If I end up here, I've picked a brown and then a green. If I end up here, I've picked a green and then a grey. And then if I reach here, I've got 2 greys. So we're looking for the probability that they're the same colour. So I'm looking at 2 greys or 2 browns. 2 browns, I've gone up this one here, which is 7/10. And I've got to pick another brown, so that's times 6/9. It's going to be 42 out of 90. And the other one I've got to work out is here, 2 greys. Gone down this channel here, 3/10, and I've got to pick another grey, so it's going to be times, and that's 2/9, and that gives me 6 out of 90. So the last thing I've got to do once I've done those things is we've worked out she can either pick 2 brown socks, which was 42 out of 90, or, so plus, she can pick 2 grey socks, which is 6 out of 90. Same denominators, so we just keep the denominator the same, add the tops, 48 over 90. Brilliant. You could have simplified that to 24 over 45, or even more, down to 8 over 15. Either of these 3 answers are correct.